So first of all, you gotta learn about the pronunciation, the phonetics, if you will, of your target language. So you probably speak a language already, right? You have a native tongue and perhaps maybe even more languages than that. So learn what are the differences. Compare your target language with the languages you speak and see which sounds you'll have to pay more attention to. For example, I'm a native speaker of Polish, and we don't differentiate between the th sound and f, the f sound, not the f word, which makes it more difficult for me to hear the difference between the words like fret and threat, and all the more difficult for me to pronounce it. So I know these are the points for me to work on, to improve on, if I want to speak in a more native-like manner. Next comes active listening. So you really want to listen to native speakers, to your course, book recordings or whatever, with the previous step in mind. So you want to know what you have to focus on and make your listening all the more focused on these spots of your language learning. The next one, everybody tells you this: practice aloud, practice, speaking. Even if you're just learning words, not phrases, pronounce them out loud, because just knowing or being able to differentiate the sounds is not going to make you pronounce them correctly. You got to practice it actively, and perhaps it's going to take even more time once you analyzed or identified the difficult parts for you. It's going to take some time to practice it, and you have to kind of learn the do's and don'ts on the way, and it's probably not going to change overnight. The next step is also very, very crucial. You got to get some feedback, and it can be from people, from native speakers, or like a teacher, or some friends of yours who speak the language, or even you can use AI. I've been actually experimenting with AI on this in this regard, and in my opinion, the available solutions are not really there yet. I know it because I tried to speak to it, and I purposefully committed some mistakes, and it didn't catch it. So it's probably good if you're like starting from zero, but if you want to work, for example, on the difference between f and th sound, as I was explaining, it's not so great yet. Nevertheless, I'm sure AI will prove me wrong very soon, and the technology is gonna catch up, and you'll be able to use it probably even for free. Next thing you can do, you can choose a popular person who is a native speaker of your target language and shadow them or mimic them. So you just, you're learning American English and you like the show Friends, so you choose Ross or Rachel and you repeat after them, after they spoke. This is gonna help you tremendously because indeed when we start speaking a new language, we kind of create a new persona, and you can choose to pronounce stuff in many different ways, and if you're gonna mimic a real person, then the persona you're creating is gonna be all the more natural and sounding more native-like. And the last step, which is probably the hardest for everyone, you gotta do it every day. Because it's not about the length of your practice or anything else for that matter, it's about the consistency. And if you can do it every day, you're gonna have tremendous results. So please make sure you do it, you build the habit of practicing, of speaking out loud, of comparing your pronunciation with native speakers, and so on.